Field Record Archive. Field File 007, the object that followed a spy plane for 90 minutes. BEANO 73. At 35,000 feet over the eastern Mediterranean, an American spy plane reported something pacing it in the dark. An object said to be larger than the aircraft itself, carrying clusters of lights that flashed 20 at a time. The crew asked for help. 3 fighters converged. Then the lights moved away, and the evidence trail went quiet. Before we open the file, give this video a like. It helps more people find these investigations. To follow the next case, subscribe to Field Record Archive. The date was the 19th of October, 1982. The Cold War was still defining the airspace around the eastern Mediterranean. A United States Air Force RC-135 reconnaissance aircraft was flying south of Cyprus. Its call sign was BEANO 73. The aircraft's task was signals intelligence, listening, collecting and monitoring military activity across a politically sensitive region. What follows is not proof of an extraordinary craft. It is a reconstruction of what surviving British records say was reported. Shortly after 4 in the afternoon local time, personnel at RAF Troodos in Cyprus heard the American crew describe an unknown object approaching from the south. According to the later RAF account, it appeared about 2 miles from one wing of the RC-135, changed position around the aircraft, and closed the distance. The whole crew was said to have seen it. They described a big object, larger than the RC-135, with a multitude of flashing lights, sometimes 20 at once. The crew also reported a return on their own radar. BEANO 73 was flying a northeast to southwest racetrack pattern. The unknown reportedly remained with it for roughly 90 minutes. As the navigator requested assistance, 2 United States Navy F-14 fighters were launched from an aircraft carrier. An RAF Phantom on a night flying exercise was also diverted toward the area. Before the interceptors arrived, the RC-135 crew reported that the object departed toward the African coast. The fighter pilots saw nothing. That is the dramatic part of the account. The most important contradiction comes next. Although RAF personnel monitored the radio traffic, the object was not detected by British air defence stations. The surviving file says it was not seen on any ground or seaborne radar, including the radar unit at Troodos. So the record contains an airborne radar claim, but no independent ground radar confirmation. British authorities still treated the incident seriously. The radio transmissions were recorded and a transcript was ordered. Radar film from Troodos was examined by photographic specialists in London. Large prints were prepared. A report circulated through scientific, operational and intelligence offices, and the results of a British investigation were sent to the United States Department of Defense in November 1982. But the transcript, the large radar prints and the final joint findings are not present in the surviving public file. Their absence does not prove suppression. Records can be separated, retained elsewhere or destroyed, but without them, the central details cannot be independently tested. One senior RAF officer offered a tentative explanation: a mirage of lights from the coasts of Israel or Lebanon. Atmospheric ducting can make distant lights appear displaced or elevated. Similar conditions can also produce anomalous radar returns. The racetrack matters. A fixed distant light could appear to change relative position as the aircraft turned. That might explain language suggesting the object moved around the plane, but it remains only a possibility because the original bearings, headings, weather data, and radio transcript are missing. Other proposals, including high-altitude electrical phenomena, face the same problem. Too little surviving information to test them. And the reported size and proximity were estimates made without a confirmed distance. The classification is therefore not extraterrestrial, and it is not explained. It is unresolved through insufficient surviving evidence. BEANO 73 is compelling because trained personnel reacted in real time, fighters were sent, and an investigation followed. It is limited because nearly every decisive piece of evidence is absent from the file now available. If this case caught your attention, give the video a like. It genuinely helps the channel. More overlooked records are waiting in the archive, so subscribe to Field Record Archive for the next case.